for our great city of San Francisco. And I will joyfully give the floor first to the lady endorsed by the Green Party, Terry Joan Baum. You have the floor first. And you have 2 minutes, and your time starts now.
Thank you. First, I want to thank the candidates who have given me their time so graciously, supported me being on here, and everyone in this theater who supported me being up here, because they threatened to arrest me, but they knew damn well they couldn't drag me out through here with all of you wanting me up here. So thank you all for giving me this chance to say my piece. I really feel, I just, people have said to me, why are you running for mayor? It's sort of like, why are you running for mayor? And it's because I've been in despair about what is happening in this city and what is happening in the whole country. And at the time I got into the race, there was no other progressive candidate running, and I felt like somebody had to represent that vision. And I feel that San Francisco cannot solve its problems on its own. We walk by homeless people all the time. When I saw a movie when I was a young child of people in the Warsaw Ghetto walking by beggars and not even looking at them, I thought how degraded those people are to walk by without even noticing somebody begging. And now we all are those people. We need change, not just at the city level, but at the level of the whole country, in order for San Francisco to become the city that it must be. San Francisco has so often been a leader in the past. I really feel the difference between me and everyone else. I am not a Democrat. Now my time is up, but Senator Yee, you gave me your 2 minutes, you said. Thank you so much, Senator Yee. Thank you. We need to send a message to the people in power. We need to send a message that we are sick and tired of settling for the crumbs that fall from the tables of the rich and the corporations. The Republicans are involved with this, the Democrats are involved with this, because there is a voice on the right pulling the whole dialogue to the right. If you elect a green mayor of San Francisco, that will clear the sinuses of everybody in this country. And they will know that they cannot take us for granted anymore. We have to change the paradigm. We have to move the dialogue to the left. A vote for a green mayor will do that. And if you don't think I have a chance of winning, still give me your number, vote and vote for one of these guys, 2 and 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, to be fair, you had 30 seconds there. So, Senator, why don't you take the 30 seconds and tell folks why you should be mayor?
I just really like what she's saying, so I figured, well, why don't we give her the time? And I just want to again thank all of my colleagues here, all of you for spending your time just to talk and have these conversations. We've got to do more, but ultimately, please make your selection and make your selection wisely. Thank you.
Your 2 minutes and why you should be mayor.
Well, 8 years ago, a number of candidates came forward just like this tonight and talked about all the various issues that they would solve to be your mayor. And I wasn't there in the room at every single debate, but I recall that the issues back then were making Muni run better, homelessness, making our public schools better, and creating jobs. Probably left out a few other promises. Politics right now is too important to leave to politicians. What's missing is all of you. We have a system right now that focuses on us telling you what you want to hear rather than what you need to hear. And we need to have much more accountability, much more transparency, and we need your help. We not only need to change the way we elect the next mayor, we need to make sure that we change the way that we govern. And the only way we can do that is if all of you are involved. And that's what we're trying to do right now through our campaign. We're trying to offer solutions today, not when I'm going to be in office in January. We're all working in City Hall. Most of us, except for Joanna. We can do something today. She's probably thankful now, right now, after this. You know, when people talked about repealing Care Not Cash, we talked about why we should repeal Care Not Cash. When people were challenging the first ever solar program that I helped start in San Francisco, to incentivize solar in San Francisco, people joined me to fight for them. We need to solve our problems together. Don't rely on any one of us to do it. You know exactly what you're going to get. But we need all your help. And if you join us, if you join me today, not in January, but today, we can solve many of the problems in San Francisco. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Joanna Rees, why should you be mayor?
I moved to San Francisco 18 years ago to raise my family, and I came here because San Francisco was a diverse community, it was an inclusive community, and I thought of it as the innovation capital of the world. I want to be the next mayor because I don't want that just to be something that I had hoped for, but something that really exists. I've spent 2 years going neighborhood by neighborhood, and I have heard from people we need a new approach to our long-term challenges and a new approach as a completely new perspective. I always say my moment of obligation when I knew I had to run was when I became convinced the only way we will significantly impact public education is if the mayor makes it a high-level priority. It hasn't been part of this debate. People said the mayor has no business talking about public education. It absolutely is a priority for our community. We've lost too many families. We need a community-wide effort to have an impact and bring the right resources to our public school system. I absolutely believe we could be a model for excellence in public education, and that would be one thing I want in my legacy. The other part of my legacy would to have created an entrepreneurial spirit in City Hall. Entrepreneurs do more than anyone thinks is possible with less than anyone thinks is possible. We need to figure out how we improve services to the community and do that for less money. And lastly, I want to be known for empathy. Empathy to make sure that we are really serving every citizen in our community, people at all levels, not just those with the money, not just those with the loudest voice, but we're taking care of all. I'm running a grassroots campaign. We've knocked on 120,000 doors already. I've done about 7,700 myself. I always joke in heels, but I keep the heels on. Hope everyone in the room appreciates that. And I walk every merchant corridor, I walk the bus stops in the morning and continue to have an ear to the people in this community. I would love your support. I'd love to be your number one, but so we can wrestle for those. And then you can let everyone else go number 2 and 3. Thank you so much.
And next, Mayor Lee, why should you serve a full term as mayor?
Valley and Castro Resident Association, and Liam, I want to thank you for your work tonight as well.
Thank you. It's not about me tonight, it's about you.
This neighborhood here wants a city government that can work and then get things done. And I've spent 22 years in 5 different departments, serving with 4 different mayors, precisely getting things done in every single department that I've headed. And I'm not off the hat here tonight. These 7 months, I've worked very hard to make the city government work a bit better. We have a different tone in government between the mayor's office and the board of supervisors. In fact, we've got so much done, I've actually enjoyed working with the board of supervisors and making sure things got done. My number 1 priority is job creation for this city. And in order to do that, we've got to have a working government, a government that you can get your opinions known, and then they will respond to you. My whole life, whether it was Department of Public Works, City Administrator, I came to the neighborhoods, I was in here sweeping the streets in your neighborhood as the Director of Public Works, building the parklets that you so much enjoy, getting to make sure that bureaucracy of the Department of Public Works responded to all your needs, whether it was graffiti, illegal trash dumping, or areas in which there was a lot of other problems that people said needed to be paid attention to. Even creating a 311 system to help you make sure you got your issues gotten to City Hall. The tone of City Hall has changed positively, and that's why I want to be your mayor, to keep this positive thing going, to make sure we have a government that is effective, gets things done, and to create more jobs for the citizens of San Francisco. Thank you very much.
Mayor Rees, thank you. Why should you be there?
Thank you all of you for being here tonight. I think the fact that all of you are here tonight and joining us to have this conversation speaks volumes about what is at stake in this election. I believe this is a seminal election for San Francisco. I believe this is the most important mayor's race we have had in 20 years, and the most important mayor's race that we will have for the next 20, because of the challenges and opportunities that we find at our feet. You know, people aren't confident in politicians, government. Look at what's happening in Washington. Let's look at what's happening in states across this country. But fundamentally, what this race is about is the role the government is going to play in our lives in the next 50 or 75 years. This race is not about the next 4 or 8 years. It is whether San Francisco is going to be a model for what a 21st century American city needs to be 50 or 75 years from now, and whether we can demonstrate and inspire confidence that government can make a difference in people's lives each and every day, take care of our most vulnerable, and also create economic opportunity for folks at every level of the income stream. So fundamentally, you need to ask yourself and look at all of us through this prism. Does this candidate have a vision to make sure that San Francisco can be that model for the 21st century American city needs to be? And does he or she have a track record of accomplishment that demonstrates that they know how to use the power of government to make a difference in people's lives each and every day? And in 9.5 years as your city attorney, I've proven my mettle on the national stage, the statewide stage, and locally to demonstrate how we can use the power of the law to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. And this is all about independence. It's all about being your own man and inspiring confidence that you have someone at the helm that has that vision and that demonstrable record of accomplishment to make San Francisco be the very best city that it can be. And I hope to have your vote on that.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you all. Why should you be mayor?
Thank you very much. You know, you have to love these forums. A couple of weeks ago, they had one out at the Irish Center, and being a first-generation Irish Italian, I had a right to be there. And everybody in the state wanted to be Irish. Apparently tonight, everybody wants to be independent now that Ed's in the race. Isn't it funny? You know, Ed, again, I do welcome you in this race, and I'm looking forward to debating the issues administratively with you, and I haven't been able to do that up until now with many of the other candidates on this race. The people of San Francisco are going to have great opportunity now to weigh in and see what's behind his campaign, what's behind my campaign, and all of the other candidates up here. I personally feel that San Francisco is being run by the same political machine of pay-to-play insiders that has been running this town for 20 years. That's right! Yeah. I'm not so concerned about Ed's broken promise to the candidates up here about not to run, because I never believed the masquerade started. However, I am concerned about the promise that he took when he took the oath of office to represent all San Franciscans for the benefit of the people. And it bothers me that the people behind his campaign are the same gang of Democratic insiders. Why am I running for mayor? I'm not running for higher office. I've never been part of a political party, and everything I've accomplished has been through working coalitions between the right and left. My platform is simple. It's based upon 6 elements of 35 years experience. The elimination of systemic corruption, budgetary and fiscal accountability and responsibility, administrative accountability, the creation of jobs in small business, safe, clean streets, and an honest, open, transparent government that, guess what, folks, is serving you first and not politics. That's why I'm running. Thank you.
Thank you. Why should you go?
Well, I feel a little clueless because I thought Tony was going to say everybody up here wants to be gay. So. I'm a pretty happy camper, right? I'm a 56-year-old gay man who's alive, and I just want to speak personally. And my child is here, Sydney is here, who's being raised in this neighborhood. And I've achieved dreams that I never thought were possible. I worked for politicians, some great ones, for 27 years. Didn't have family, and never really thought that I'd have the ability to run for office. And I came here in 1971 with my mom, because she couldn't figure out how we were going to pay for me to go to college, and I wound up going to Berkeley, and at the time it was $212.64 a quarter, very different from now. And we went to Glide the first month, and it's amazing to me that 40 years later, Cecil is still here showing us what the vision can do. And then in 74, and I wasn't out yet, I went to work at UN Plaza when it was kind of a, fun building, and it will be again. And I used to sneak up to Polk Street for lunch all the time, and I didn't know why, but that was the gay epicenter of San Francisco. I did know why. I guess I just wasn't admitting it to myself. And then I went to Washington, D.C., and it was a city that was so deep in the closet. You come out through like peeling an onion. It's just layer after layer after layer until you finally come out. And then we come back here in 93 and help Susan Leal get appointed and go to work for her, to read Harvey Milk's book that first week, and to realize that Anne Cronenberg worked the floor above me, and to know what San Francisco is really about, and to see the Lavender Sweep in 1994 when 3 LGBT supervisors were elected, Carol Migden, Tom Amiano, and Susan Leal, and Lawrence Long and Leslie Katz were elected. I want to thank the people here. This community's been hard on me and critical at times, and I deserved it. And I just want to say, in running for mayor, I will admit the mistakes that I made. I will not have a glass jaw, and I will try and be honorable as I move forward and respectfully ask the covenant to have your vote. Thank you so much.
Since this has been an amazing night of audience participation, I'm going to ask all of you who are not born here in San Francisco, could you raise your hand? Okay. Like all of you,